like this, it's a really fine line to keep their attention because they are really busy horses with not pushing too fast. So as much as possible, I want to wait for her to come over. But if she gets thinking about something else, I have to keep us on track. There's only so long you can wait between times you offer behaviors. You want it to be pretty consistent. So I wouldn't reach for her one time after 3 seconds of waiting, and then next time wait 15 seconds. That just wouldn't be consistent. There needs to be a rhythm to it. A lot of times the things that horses are most afraid of is what's going to happen when they do something. So like a horse like this has known that every time they spooked, somebody got mad and yanked on the lead rope, or if they walked a little too close, somebody was up in their face. Basically what they figured out is pretty much all movement is bad, and so they're just trying to limit all movement. That's why you get those weird like jerky little twitches, because it's like, I'm going to do this, but I'm not sure when I'm going to get hit. And when you have something like that, that's when it's really important to actually reward the movement, to say, yes, it's okay to touch my hand. Like, put yourself out there. I need something from you in order to be able to interact with you. And they're not used to that. What they're used to is being shoved around and having somebody micromanage like every footfall. So that's a really tricky thing to overcome. Another thing that I look for is the amount of pressure in my hand. Like if at first she's only kind of brushing my hand like this, I can't do as much with that as when she's actually putting pressure on it. So I try and wait for that in click 2. If she backs up and she says, no, I just don't want you to increase the difficulty anymore. Let's just stay at the level we're at. You can try walking away and just giving her a minute to go, well, actually, I had a pretty good thing going on. Sometimes that'll work. It's called withholding the click. You withhold for a bigger try. It motivates them. A really good way to see if withholding the click is working is you stand here and you watch how much they try and get to your treat bag. If they're trying to get to it, they weren't that scared. They were just, seeing if they could get away with it. So this would be called extinction burst, and it's the time training, and this is true for any animal, fish, dolphin, dog, human. In extinction burst, you get to the part of the training where it challenges a belief that's so firmly held by the animal that overcoming it really shakes their world. And so they have this meltdown, and it's about 1/3 of the length of your entire training session. So if your horse is going to overcome some huge mental roadblock in, say, 30 minutes, your extinction burst is going to be the worst 10 minutes of the entire thing. When they were first learning it at the very beginning, like, they would have been better than they're going to be in that 10-minute extinction burst window. That's when they try every other option, and they go, are you absolutely sure it's not D, C, or B? Well, I guess it must be A. To walk away, if you can try and keep your ground hand on and keep the connection on for longer, you're more apt to be able to keep the horse from going away like permanently, or at least going away and thinking that was the right answer. she checked out is because Shirley is now in the game. So what I'm going to do is I carry jackpot treats. These are horse's favorite treats, and they're apple flavored. And I actually call them multi-sweets because they always work. But knock on wood now. But if you get into an extinction burst that's really bad, a jackpot treat can help you get out of it a lot quicker.
Keely, isn't that reinforcing the disinterest? Because you've upped the ante, so now doesn't the horse think, hey, if I hang out, maybe I'll get another one of those good ones?
That's the really interesting thing, is it doesn't work that way.
Okay.
You would think that it does, but like the perfect example is like there's a story that Karen Pryor tells about working with a dolphin that was notorious for just shutting down and going like, I just can't think anymore today, and just it never progressed. And then so finally it shut down for one session and it didn't move for 20 minutes. And so finally the trainer got so irritated, he was just like, fine, have your fish. And he threw 2 fish in the water, and the dolphin was so surprised that it immediately started offering better behaviors than it ever offered before. And so there are those moments when you just say, hey, I recognize that you're trying so hard that you've completely shut yourself down. And I know that the only reason you're shut down right now is because you basically tried yourself into a wall. And I think that you earn a lot of trust when you recognize that.